Episode 14. This one is called
Frozen.
Yeah, not to be confused with Disney's animated hit.
Although sort of almost similar? I don't know.
And
We had people frozen. But not to solid ice.
yeah, and that in a snowstorm. That's basically where it ended.
Yeah, the snowstorm that created an ice bridge, which is sort of like freezing over the entire fjord.
Yeah, but that's
Which is
really
a Nordic word. Which is,
that's really where the similarities end.
yeah.
Because I don't remember Velociraptor like dragons in Frozen.
No.
No?
No. The sounds they gave the speed stings, they need to pick one and stick to it. At first, they were very much like velociraptors. You pointed out with Bark, and then they sounded sort of like squeaking mice in the starting of the chase scene.
Well,
and then they sounded like chattering birds at the end. They didn't really pick one sound and stick to it.
well, they were giving them different vocalizations, and that's part of what made Jurassic Park so good. They gave the animals a whole variety of sounds instead of like in the old B movies where it was just the same sound over and over again.
But the
Press a
sounds
button.
didn't really work together. There were extreme differences, and the problem is it was one sound in a pocket, the next sound in a pocket, and the next sound in a pocket. They didn't intermingle. And they should have intermingled, because if you want to get into vocal
Vocalization.
yeah, it's a broad range of sounds. I mean, if you listen to Hiccup, he can both purr and roar within a
You
same
mean
minute.
Toothless?
Toothless, yeah. He can both purr and roar in the same minute.
Yes, Hiccup can purr.
Maybe if you rub his head right. The cat's not there. I'm sorry, I scared her away.
But good episode. One of my
Especially with Snotlout.
Oh yeah.
He's just going to be the constant. He's the comedy clown.
Mhm.
Stop picking your nose!
Oh come on, his face isn't that ugly. Bam! Oh wait,
Yeah, it is. Stop hitting yourself.
that was great. Not
Gustav, move my arm!
Gustav, make me punch you.
That's not what I meant!
Great, but this was sort of a creepy episode.
Yeah, they were creepy.
And they did a really creepy shot with fish legs.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy.
Yeah. A few.
I didn't fall on you on purpose! You're just creepy.
He fell.
He jumped.
He body slammed.
There's no way he didn't know that was Hiccup. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
there was
come
a
on.
fire in the fireplace, and you were above him watching him.
Yeah. Not to mention Toothless was also there.
Yeah.
But overall, a good episode. Animation was also really good as well.
Mm-hmm. They got some quick movement on them speed stingers.
Mm-hmm. Really quick.
The leader was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate the identifying colors of.
Yeah, and size. He was bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I had a bit of an issue with how sound they sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'd know if the whatchamahoos tangled
Bola.
around. Yeah, if they tangled around me, I'd know. But maybe dragons are deep sleepers.
Well, I think that was a nod to the first book. Because according to the first book, a dragon that's sleeping deeply is very hard to be woken up.
Which I mean, dragons can sleep for 100 years on a pile of treasure, so that kind of makes sense. I mean, several stories it takes waking the dragon up to during his reign of destruction. I mean, Tolkien did it. Several others used that. And it's a big thing to talk about sleeping dragons.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never want to wake a dragon up. And that was the point in
in
The
this
Hobbit.
episode.
Don't wake the dragon up. And in this episode as well, don't wake the dragon up. It's a cliche, actually, when it comes to sleeping dragons. Don't wake the dragon up. You will bring its reign of destruction. Only in this case, it's not Smaug.
It's a little velociraptor type thing with a stinger on its tail.
It causes paralysis. The fantastical variety, not the legit variety.
Yeah, I prefer the Flightmare's paralysis more. Because that was more closer to actual paralysis instead of just being frozen.
Well, that's fantasy paralysis.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a very big thing in the fantasy world for paralysis to be for hours on end. I mean, which is technically petrified.
Yeah.
They're technically petrified. That's the thing. I mean, Harry Potter and the Basilisk here. They're petrified. They're not paralyzed. They're petrified. They are rendered immobile. Completely.
Although I do think they could have... To me, there seemed to be a bit more comedy than sort of like terror.
Yeah, they couldn't keep it all terror because it's a kid's show.
Yeah, but I prefer a balance. I mean, I'm okay with some comedy to lighten the mood a little bit, but in my opinion, there's still too much comedy. I mean, they could have umped up the comedy a little, well, decreased it a little in the ratio compared to the terror. Instead of having people frozen when they got stung, have it be like actual paralysis and have them fall over.
I kind of liked them being frozen, though, because that was kind of creepy. Hiccup walks into the safe place, and they're all...
Yeah, I can see where you're coming with that.
And it was
yeah.
really funny for Stoic he had to be stung, like, what, 4 times?
6.
At 6, and he's still kind of, sort of talking. Yeah, mainly he's just moving his throat muscles.
And his diaphragm.
Yeah.
But
Which is basic sound. But... And if they had done paralysis, like true paralysis instead of petrification, then they wouldn't be able to do the Snotlout gag. I mean... Because then he'd just be a limp fish.
Well, imagine Gustav trying to pull him along by the back of his shirt.
Oh no, dragging him by his ankles. He hits every rock with his head.
And he got like...
Rolls through a pile of dragon crap. Like they did in The Lone Ranger.
Oh, no. Live action remake.
Yeah.
That'd be great. But I can't say anything more. The design of the speed stingers, although they look like velociraptors.
Which is maybe what they were going for. Because velociraptors lend themselves to quickness.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys are pretty freaking fast.
Well, Jurassic Park and pop culture velociraptors. Actual velociraptors were not that fast.
Yeah.
A child could outrun them. Now,
Some children can run pretty fast.
Yeah. But velociraptors have the wrong proportioned legs for
Yeah.
fast movement, as they are widely known for. I mean,
These guys were kind of like mini natters with extra... They had claws on the front.
Mm-hmm. If we're going off of evolution here, these would basically be a primitive form of dragons, because we did see they had little wings on their back. They weren't used for anything, but they were more for like display.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate the like continuity here, because you could see from this form how you could get something like a natter, or something like a night fury, sort of, if it split off.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the nods to actual biology.
Brooke not have any speaking roles in this one?
Yeah,
Okay.
at the beginning.
Very few.
Her hair...
Did not stay the same.
Nope.
I wish I called that. They usually don't do that.
Yeah, and they also did it in a clever way. They sped the time along.
Yeah. Suddenly it's the freeze.
Again.
Which means a year has passed since The first freeze, which was like the second episode?
Third.
Third.
And also the first movie.
And the first movie. Which means it's been 3 years now since they introduced us to Hiccup and Toothless.
No, 1 year.
1 year. 2. If it's been 3 freezes, then... Because a freeze happens once a year. Because it's the winter season.
Been once. It's been 1 year. What other freezes are you...
We started off this first season with a freeze. We have another freeze in this season. And we had a freeze in the first movie.
No, they were still getting ready for the freeze.
They were getting ready for the freeze that happened in the first season. So it's only been a year. Maybe
Yeah.
2.
1 year.
Okay. Almost 2. Because if you think about it, how seasons line up, winter goes into this next year.
Yeah. But we're overanalyzing
Yeah.
the kid stuff. But,
Although in Viking culture, winter was the end of the year.
yeah.
They weren't like the Romans and created a calendar based upon astrology. Anyways.
Yeah, that's a discussion for another time. But, decent episode. Can't really complain too much about it.
No.
Good design on the speed singers. Good animation, all the way through, actually.
Mm-hmm. There wasn't...
The fire animation was splendid.
Yeah. The ice bridge was good.
Yes. And the build-up.
It actually looked like an ice bridge.
Yes.
It had pieces and chunks, and in some spots it was solid. I liked the thick as Thor's hammer reference.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it's about that thick.
Which is enough to support a person.
Yeah. And a dragon.
Yeah. It can hold a snowmobile, it should be able to hold a dragon.
Yeah.
But...
Technically, when they crashed into it those 2 times, it should have cracked and broken a bit. But
yeah.
whatever.
Oh. Going back to, Dragon Flower. They brought back the squid ink that Johann said he would get for Hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
So, good thing you're keeping...
In a nice big jar.
Yeah, with a squid on it.
He put it in the jar they usually carry water in.
Yeah, just...
So that's a really big reward there for a rescue.
Yeah, I mean, ink is hard to get, and squid ink,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how useful that is for actual ink, but...
I imagine it's not actually squid ink. I imagine that's a tall tale.
Understandably, yeah, you can even see in Dragonflower he glanced away.
Mm-hmm.
But...
There's no way he would wrestle a giant squid for ink. The giant squid would just...
Not a giant squid, a colossal squid.
It would just kill him. And they live in the abyss.
Yeah.
So there's no way he's seeing one.
Well, it's possible giant squid do come to the surface.
I know, but there's no way his little boat could survive going out that far into the ocean to get to where it is.
Yeah, so
it's probably what traditional ink is, which is made the same way paint is made. You mix minerals with water and ta-da!
But I'm glad that they're keeping track of all this, because that's a good nod to continuity.
Some good continuity, yeah.
We have 6 more episodes to go in this season.
Cool. We can get that done in a day if there's a day coming up. But...
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll plan something. But all in all, good episode. Good continuity. I can't really complain too much about it.
Nope.
Just a few nitpicks here and there.
Just a few. Like any episode, there's just a few.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
because it's a
normally
children's show,
just-
and we're a little bit analytical when it comes to it being a children's show. I mean,
Yeah.
but we're legal adults, so... And we've been through analytical English classes. We can't help but be analytical.
Yeah. Although there were a few episodes that we could have done without.
Yeah, and a few instances where they just rushed the plot along and
Yeah.
did the
Cop
plot,
out.
yeah, the plot conveniences and whatnot. But that's because they've got a 20-minute time slot to fill, people.
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes, no more, no less. So, yeah.
But all in all, good episode. I can't think of anything else, can you?
Nope.
Okay, well, you'll see us next time, I guess. Which is whenever, really. But until then, see ya.